What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. And this morning we are watching the two best FC players in the world. They could pick up the sticks in any football game and dominate at a fashion that you would never believe. So what makes them so good? In particular, Anders Vergang is levels above even this Oberon who he's playing against, who is literally better than 99.9% of players on earth at football video games. But Anders Vergang is just that once-in-a-generation special talent on the sticks. And it might sound crazy, but you have to understand how good this player is. He makes other top players in the world look silly. Now, we all play the game and we all can appreciate this. But many people, when you watch, you don't see anything special. There is a reason why there's so much money in these professional esports. It is absolutely a talent. It is a skill to be this good on the sticks. But what is it that makes them so good? Sometimes it's hard when you're just watching instead of looking at the true details of how good they're playing to see a difference. There's players out there that might go, well, what's this? I play just as good, but you don't. And we are going to go over some of these details that makes these two players so special and so good at this game. And really, like I said, it could be any football game. So they say defense wins championships, and that is what we're going to start with. These players are incredible at several things defensively that make them head, shoulders, knees, and toes times 100 above others. The first and foremost is player switching. They are able to constantly player switch between defenders and keep up with the attacking movement of the ball. And not only that, they're thinking steps ahead. They will player switch all the way to a defender that you're not even thinking about. And then they can anticipate passing lanes and dribbling lanes. When they do that, they are able to win the ball back at times when normal players won't win the ball back. And many times normal players will give up goals in those situations, or they just simply will take longer to get the ball. They're able to anticipate passes and dribbling options before the attacker may even think about them, right? So then what you will see is, as a player goes to make a decision offensively, the defensive player has already made that decision. Then it becomes like chess, because since the attacking player is so special as well, now they are thinking, okay, where does he think I'm going to go? All right, he's definitely going to block this lane, so I might fake here and pass it another area. And obviously, that's what will separate these players in this game, because since it is moving so quickly and these decisions are coming so fast, right? Certain times players will make mistakes because no one is perfect. It's such a fast-moving game, and there's so many decisions going on, as well as anticipating what decisions might happen. But on defense, that's what makes players special. Now, the difference between these two players, you have Anders Vergang, who is, like I said, the once-in-a-generation talent, and you have Oberon, who is one of the top players in the world. They are playing for a lot of money in this game. But not only that, the reason why they are here, right, is because both of them are great on defense and attacking. But defensively, it's two very different styles. Vergang is pressure, pressure, pressure. Do not let you breathe. He is constantly in your face, intercepting everything, or anticipating passing lanes, and you end up passing the ball right to him. He will make players look like they're terrible, because you're going, well, why did you just pass that ball right to your opponent? But that's not the case. Anders is just reading so many plays in advance that he has players blocking 1, 2, 3 passing lanes, and then the opponent will get the ball and literally not even realize how many players Anders has already switched in between and moved, and they will play a ball. So it's not as bad as it looks when Anders wins the ball back. He is just that far ahead with a combination of player switching and getting his defenders in the right area to get the ball back, either by intercepting or by just pressing so heavily that the opponent just is overwhelmed and coughs up the ball. It is insanity. Now, Oberon's defense is a little more real to life, meaning he will jockey back, right? He won't dive in. He will use the partial team press, which you use by double tapping R1, and then he will fake like he's going to go in and win the tackle, just to kind of see what movement you make, where you go towards, what pass you might make, or maybe even get you to make a bad pass. And then he will be patient and wait to close that space and tackle when he has a high percentage chance of winning the ball. And he is so good at doing it. Just being patient, not diving in. Literally the same type of principles they teach you in real football. Anders, it's a little more video game type of defense because he's constantly just switching players and moving them into right positions as he is also pressing the opponent. It's literally sometimes looks like he is playing with two different controllers, how fast he's able to switch players and then move them into the right areas. If you can get defense down like either of these two, right? The pressure style from Vergang or the more patient, right? Staying in the right positions like Oberon. That is the other thing with Oberon. He is constantly player switching too. He is just not pressing as much. He's more moving his players into the right areas, faking like he's going to go, and you never know when he really is. And then eventually you either dribble into him because he's in such a good position defensively, or you pass into him because he's in such a good place defensively. It's a little less pressure and more just about positioning. Both incredible styles of defense that takes great player switching and great thinking. You have to be steps and steps and steps ahead. Now, same goes for attacking. Both of these players are just levels above the rest. Vergang is even more levels above the rest, even other pros like Oberon. Now, the biggest difference, we'll talk first with Vergang, is just his speed in which he attacks and how direct he is. He is going straight for the goal as quick as possible, trying to beat out the defender before they can make those decisions I was talking about with the player switching and moving players into the right areas to block passing lanes and dribbling lanes. Vergang is moving so quick, making so many passes in between that is hard for defenders to react, and he is cutthroat when it comes to finishing. Now, these players not only are moving the ball very quickly, but they are also manually triggering a ton of runs that normal players wouldn't see, even if you're triggering runs, which you should on the attack to get the most potent attack. Sometimes the AI just isn't making the runs that are available, and these players do that to the highest extent. They see runs in open passing lanes that other players won't. They'll trigger players into them and manipulate their team in a way that most players can't. That's what opens up passing lanes that even professional defenses, right? Players that are great defensively at switching, getting defenders in the right spot that even they can't predict. That's what will open them up for many chances. So they're making those normal passes, let's call them, that you and I or anybody else can see. They're making those so quickly that it's hard, even if the defense knows they're coming, it's hard for them to react and win the ball. And then as they're doing that, they're scanning the field and triggering players so fast. Like, this is all going at the quickest speed. Like I said, it can seem like sometimes they have two controllers, especially Vergang, and that manually triggering players playing those passes that the defense can't see, that will open up chances. Then it becomes about green timing every finish and choosing the correct shot. As simple as that, right? But it's easier said than done because this is all fast moving. So you have to choose chip shot, finesse shot, power shot, regular shot, low, hard. You have to choose all that. Then you have to power it up the right way. And green timing is extremely difficult. And these players have it like it's nothing. You see so many green time shots from these players, which, as you know, if you play FC, that green timing shots where you double tap O with the right timing, it just gives it more accuracy, a better chance of scoring. And they do it nonstop because guess what? When they play, there is a ton of money on the line. It's high pressure. But to get to this point where they could even play at this level, they had to get great at these things, just playing like you and I do in regular rivals, champs, whatever. And they are the very best at it, taking advantage of every opportunity. So when you combine all of that, you have an elite level FC player, elite level video game football player. Like I said, they could pick up the sticks on any football game because no matter the differences, it is still about scanning the field, seeing all 11 players and who's open, who can make certain runs, right? And then picking out the best finish and taking advantage of it. Now, obviously, the less AI assistance there is in a game, the better, which is why this patch of FC is so great for pros, especially but really any player that loves a skill-based game, because there's not much AI assistance defensively, attacking, anything. It is all about you playing the game, choosing the right passing lanes, right? Choosing the right shooting, defending how you want to defend. You have to move the players. You have to make the tackle. You don't just press a button and AI does it, right? So the more manual control there is, the better these type of players are going to be. And this is a level that obviously we all should aspire to get to, because it's like the American football coach said, you aim for perfection knowing that no one's perfect, but you will achieve greatness along the way. I paraphrase that, but you get the point. Yes, we will never be like Vergang or probably even Oberon, right? Because Vergang is a once-in-a-generation talent, and Oberon is literally one of the top players in the world. He's playing right now in a grand final against Vergang. That tells you something right there. These players are truly special, but if we aim to take their principles, how they play, fast-moving but with a purpose, manually defending where you're constantly switching defenders, and having every player that you can in the right place, anticipating your opponent's moves 1, 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of time, both defensively and in the attack. These are all things we can strive for. And taking advantage of your chances. How many players blow games just because they panic in front of goal? Much like many players in real life. That's why goal scoring is a talent. You have to take advantage of your chances. You have to learn to green time shots. You have to learn to pick out the right shot and power it up correctly under pressure. Stay cool, calm, and collected. That's where many things translate from real life into the game. And if you do so, you will no doubt improve. What you put into this game and improving will show up without a doubt. Again, much like real life, with practicing, with training, right? That's how you get better. Even if you never become the very best player in the world, a once-in-a-generation player like Vergang, or a top player in the world like Oberon, you will no doubt vastly improve from where you are now, and the game will obviously get more fun as you find more success. So, keep grinding, keep having fun, and I will see you on the next one.